Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Vibecast. It's been a little bit of time since I've done one of these. I think the last one was with my cousin Zach, where we talked about jet skiing, a bunch of different things in that podcast. It was a super good podcast, a lot of great conversations. But we're back with a solo podcast today. We're going to cover some good topics. We got some life update stuff. We're going to talk about some snowboarding stuff. We're going to talk about some UFC stuff. Talk about the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight. A little bit of stuff like that, and kind of just wherever else it leads. I want to dive into a little bit of the Call of Duty stuff going on in the Call of Duty community right now with the anti-cheat problem and just people really getting frustrated, streamers really getting frustrated. And we're going to dive all into that stuff today in this podcast. Should be a good one. Should be able to cover some good topics. So let's hop into it and just let's get rolling here. You guys know how we do it over here. It's just basically good vibes. We just chat about whatever. There's really not like a set schedule. It's kind of wherever we dive into, especially when I'm on these solo sessions. But because it's a little bit more difficult, I feel like when I do solo, because it's just really me. It's just me by myself having a conversation here. But yeah. But I personally have some pretty big news for myself. I actually ended up putting in my 2 weeks to my job, 2 weeks leave. I did this on the 3rd of February. So 2 days ago, and it was a lot of hard thought and decisioning. Not many people know about this yet. I don't know how many people will at the release of this podcast, but it's something I've been wanting to do for quite some long time now, and it's something that needed to be done for me. I was in a place that is a very good job. Just I'm personally not happy there. I haven't been happy there in about a year and a half, and it's just been so mentally draining on me that I just kind of feel like it's time for me to take a leap, take a risk, go out on my own. And, I've been working since I was 17 years old and never had a break. I'm 24 years old now. And ultimately, I have realized that if I'm not happy somewhere, it took me a long time to realize this. Like, if you're not happy somewhere in life, I'm not going to stick around and stay there. Like, it's a huge risk for me to leave to do what I'm doing. But as far as mentally and what I want to achieve and what I have planned for my path, it's something that needs to be done no matter anybody else's opinions, no matter what anyone else's thoughts. This is something that I need to do for myself. But I'm excited about it. I'd be lying if I wasn't telling you. If I would be lying if I didn't say I was scared. It's a huge, scary risk to do something like this. But my plans now, I have to finish up a few more weeks. That was my 2 weeks notice. I have a little bit more time I got to go back for. I got another like 4 days because I have to use vacation time and stuff. And I basically have like 4 days of work left. And I believe my last day is going to be February 19th. And that is going to be it. My ultimate plans from here on out, once I'm done and my last day, is really just, for one, I've never had a break from working in my entire life. I think I'm going to take definitely at least a month off and just focus on just doing some stuff that I want to do. I'm not leaving my job to just do nothing. I don't mean that by I haven't had a break in a month. People that know me, I've been doing coding classes. I've been doing a bunch of Amazon Web Service classes and things like that. And that's where I want to pursue for my main career. And that's where I envision myself for the rest of my life, is in the IT field. And I'm going to be taking a lot of exams over the next few months. And one of the main reasons I really wanted to leave where I was at was, like I said, because I was just truly unhappy. I can't express how crappy I felt every day going into this place. It's just, if you really hate what you do, it's just mentally draining. And I feel like a big part of our population hates what we do. And fortunately for me, I'm in a situation where I'm able to leave now. I'm 24 years old. I mean, I do live on my own. I have rent, I have a few bills and stuff, but like, other than that, like, I am in the position to be fortunate enough to realize at a young age that I'm not happy where I'm at, and I can make that change. So that's what we're doing here. I'm making that change. So I'm going to be really hammering down on school, a lot of days. Like, that's just really what I'm going to do until I get everything that I need to really dive into the career that I want to dive into, which is basically the Amazon Web Service cloud career. I love everything about it. I love the aspect about it. I'm super drawn to it. I'm super interested into it. And also programming. I mean, that comes hand in hand with the cloud formation and programming. I'm taking classes I'm into Python right now, getting very heavy into that. And Cloud and Python stuff go together very well, along with every other language. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different coding languages, and just this is really going to give me the time to just wake up in the morning and come and spend 7, 8 hours here at my desk instead of somewhere where I hate, and then getting off that job after 8 hours and being so mentally drained to come home and then try to put all my focus into this. Like, I just feel like I'm going to have so much more success putting all my time into this for a couple of months and then dive into that career and start applying for jobs in that career. And I'm going to feel so much happier. I feel so much happier already. It was very scary to do, but I just feel so relieved because this has been something I've been trying to do for a long time. It just really has. My family knows it. My closest friends know I'm not happy where I was at. And I'm very excited for this next journey. At the end of the day, this is my life. You only have one life. I don't want to waste it somewhere and take the safe route and be miserable and just not be happy with my life. I don't want to do that. I'm 24 years old and I feel that way now. So I'm making the change. I put my 2 weeks in and I'm leaving my job that I've been at for the last 5 years. It's had a big part of my life, great experiences, great working experiences. It's going to be a great reference for wherever I tend to go in the future. And yeah, but that's kind of my big life update news. Super, super, super scary, exciting. I can't really tell you. I have a lot of different feelings right now about all this. It's just, I mean, if you can imagine being somewhere where realistically I could have stayed and retired, I could have made, I mean, making amazing money now. I could have stayed there and made, great, livable money, comfortable money, and retired, at 60, 65 years old. But that's not the life I want to live. I look at it this way. I don't want to I want to do something in my life. Number one, I just see more for myself. I just see a lot more for myself than where I'm at. My potential's super limited where I was at. It's kind of a stagnant place. And it's just nothing I care about. Imagine going to a place every day where you're just not passionate to work. There's just no reason to there's no reason for it because you're not, I'm not saying you're rewarded, but there's no reward or compliments for good work ethic. There's no drive to, hey, you do this, you could get here. It's just where you're at is where you're at. And at 24 years old, in the position that I'm in one of the best departments there. There's really nowhere to move. There's nowhere to move. There's nothing really more for me there. And it's just, I've been trying to balance this work 8 hours a day, leaving work, going to the gym, coming home, doing my daily routines, diving onto the computer stuff, the streaming stuff, wanting to make YouTube content, wanting to make podcasts. And it's a lot mentally to come home from that and sit down and do all these things. So, now it's so relieving to me that hey, I could get up at, I used to get up at 5:30 every single day to go to this place, 5 o'clock in the morning. I used to be up at 5:15 every day. I mean, I ain't sitting there saying that I'm not sleeping until 10 o'clock. I want to get up early in the morning, 7 o'clock every day. I'm going to sleep in a little bit and enjoy have the luxury of make my own little schedule for a little bit of time. And, but I'm going to get up, I'm going to come right here, make my coffee, get to classes. I'm still going to be streaming. My stream schedule is probably going to completely change. I want to dive heavy into YouTube content. I want to put more podcasts out, and I just have so much envisioned in my head now that it's actually coming realistically that I'm leaving my job because I was so scared to do it for so long. I'm still scared to do it. I mean, everything falls on me now. Everything that I'm living in is my savings that I worked for all these years for. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here looking to take a year off of work. That's not what I'm saying. I have other ways of making some money on the side and stuff, but I'm looking to, at most maybe be out of work for 3 months, and that's a stretch. But we'll see where everything leads. We'll see how everything plays out. For me, I'm super excited. Some people may think this is the stupidest thing anyone could ever do, knowing where I'm at and what my job was beforehand. But at the end of the day, nobody's opinion matters to me, and this is something that I've learned recently. And I've learned recently just to stop caring what people think about you. Not that anybody has ever thought badly about me, but for some reason, my whole life, I always kind of looked for other people's opinions about decisions that I would make in life, to get a feel for both ends of what people think. But I mean, that's a good and a bad thing, but I feel like I've done that so much in my life that it stopped me from doing a lot of things because, I care about what people close to me. I value their opinions and I value things that they went through in life and, stuff that they pass off on me. But like I said, at the end of the day, you best. I can envision what I see in my eyes for my life. No one can see that. Nobody, not your mom, not your dad, nobody important in your life can see what you envision. You could tell them, but it's just, you know what I mean? Like you just can't express that to somebody. And thankfully, my mom, super supportive of this, stepfather, super supportive of it. I haven't talked to my dad about it just yet. I'm going to be seeing him in the next couple of days. So he lives out of state and I'm going to be seeing him very soon. I'm going to let him know. And I'm fortunate enough to have a family that supports my decisions for the most part. And, of course, they want me to be, they ultimately want me to be good with finances and being able to, survive on a daily basis. But they also get that I wasn't happy where I'm at. And they also want me to be happy, essentially, with what I'm doing in my life. Like I said, 24 years old, I shouldn't be not happy where I'm at. But, yeah, so I know I always say this and people say this, expect content, expect this, expect that. I have to literally sit down over the next couple of days. I'm on vacation for the next like 10 days. I won't be at work. So I'm going to be using this time to really schedule what I want to do on a daily basis now that I have all this time. I want to sit down and schedule, okay, this is when I'm going to do class from this time to this time. Then I want to stream from this time to this time. Then I want to edit videos from this time to this time. Then I want to make YouTube videos and podcasts from this time to this time. Like it's going to be a grind. It's not going to be sitting around and I left my job and just sit here on my ass. That's not what this is. This is creating something for myself on my own and growing myself, personal brand myself. You know what I mean? As corny as that may sound and as cliche as that might sound, that's what I want to do. That's why I made this decision that I have made. And it wasn't an easy decision at all. I've contemplated this for well over a year and a half to 2 years. Easily a year and a half to 2 years, and just got to the point where it's time. So now we're here. Now that that's off my chest and that's out of the door, you guys kind of have a feel for what's been going on in life as far as that's concerned. Things have been super, super good aside from that big stress that was on my shoulders of if I should or if I shouldn't. But now that that's all taken care of, it's actually official. We could dive back into some things that I'm passionate about and care about. And this is one of them, doing these podcasts. Basically, I've been doing a lot of just, aside from not working, a lot of streaming, a lot of content creation. I've been snowboarding a lot. I've been watching a lot of UFC, a lot of fighting stuff, a lot, spending time with family, spending time with the girlfriend, doing these little weekend trips with friends and family. And it's been a very good couple of months aside from, COVID leveling, dragging everything down. It's been super, super fun this last couple of months. I have probably been the happiest I've been in a couple of years as far as like everything in my life. There's just really nothing bad. The only bad thing that was hindering me was the whole leaving my job thing for a long time. And is this still stressful to know? Yes, it is. And I'm sorry I keep going back to this, but like this is like the big thing that's going on in my life right now. Like I've never not worked. I've been working since, whether my first job was at 16 years old at Lakewood Blue Claws baseball stadium. And then after that, I got my license and I delivered pizza for like 5 years throughout all of high school, throughout, a little bit after I graduated high school until I got into where I'm at now that I'm leaving. So like all I know is how to work. I've never had time completely 110% to myself. And I'm excited to see what I'm going to do at this time, essentially. But, yeah, so basically I'm going snowboarding tomorrow, actually. My buddy Will, he actually just called me. I got to call him back. I know he's going to probably see this and be like, oh, nice, he didn't answer my phone call if he watches this, because I think he watches some of my stuff. But he's probably calling me to let me know the driving situation tomorrow. We're going to Shawnee tomorrow, which, to be honest, I mean, we're in Jersey. I don't even know where Shawnee is. Shawnee in New York or Pennsylvania? Let me find this out real quick. Oh, that's Pennsylvania. Okay. That's not far. We've been trying to get out a lot lately with the snowboarding stuff. And to be honest, like here in New Jersey, it's been freaking tough, man. Like I used to snowboard like in high school and right after high school, like that right out of high school, like a lot of my friends, we got into trades, which is what I did. So like we didn't all go to college, so we didn't have to go to school every day. we had to work most of the days and stuff. We had days off and stuff. And there was a time where nobody really did anything for that like winter after high school. Everyone was figuring shit out. We were at the mountain like 4 or 5 days a week, like Mountain Creek, Blue Mountain. Where else would we go? We go up to Hunter for a day trip. I go to Vermont, to Killington and Stowe and stuff. But like we'd be at Blue Mountain and like Mountain Creek. Literally, I'm being serious. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, everybody would just drive a different day. The drive was about an hour and a half, 2 hours to each of these mountains, depending which mountain, because they're all in relation to each other. We got Jack Frost, Big Boulder, and all that stuff too. But it sucks this year because a lot of these mountains are charging a lot of money for, especially on the weekends, which is now everybody's working and stuff. Everyone's got their shit together for the most part, and everyone works. So a lot of us can only go on the weekends now. Weekend tickets are a lot more expensive. Like to go to Blue Mountain, it used to be like $70 on a weekend, and you'd get a $15 food voucher to go snowboard. Now it's $110 on a weekend for an 8-hour pass. It's crazy. Like when I used to go up to Vermont, a day pass for like Killington when I went was like $108 or $110. You're paying 110 at Blue Mountain in New Jersey with like, we finally just got real snow. I went a few weekends ago and it was like 110. Or no, I didn't go on a weekend. That's a lie. I went on a weekday. Me and my girlfriend went. It was like $75. So it's the same price during the week now, with no food voucher or anything like that on a weekday. We're used to pay that on a weekend. Now 110 on a weekend. And that's like, my friends just went up to Vermont and they paid 109 to go to Killington, I think. Or no, Mount Snow they went to. 110. 109. It's the same price to go to Blue Mountain. It's like, it's so hard. Like if you're into snowboarding and you're in the East Coast, like this Jersey, New York area, we don't get a lot of real snow all the time. Like it's kind of like an exciting, really exciting thing when you get real snow. Like I'm super pumped to go tomorrow because we just got a pretty big snowstorm for New Jersey. Like we got where I am in Jersey, like central north-ish, more central Jersey. We got like about, I want to say like a foot and a half of snow, like 14, 15 inches, maybe a little bit more. I'd probably say like a foot and a half of snow we got. And that was a lot. But like, that's so cool for us because now we can go to the mountains and like now you can do like backcountry style stuff through the trees and stuff. Like that's the funnest part for when we go. Like we're all pretty skilled riders. Like, you know, we have a lot of fun. We all can hit the terrain park stuff. But like at the end of the day, all my friends can agree on this. We all just love ripping the mountain, ripping through, you know, the woods, the trees when there's snow, hitting the side hits. Like that's the fun stuff. Like to me, terrain's fun. Like I'm not the best in terrain. Like I'm pretty confident with doing jumps, some grabs, and like some 180s. Can I 360? Yeah, it's not the cleanest, not the best. Will I eat shit a lot of times? Yeah, absolutely. But like you know, I'm pretty versatile. As long with pretty much all my friends, Will, Dill, Brian, my friend Case. Like we're all on the same skill level. But at the end of the day, we love just ripping down the mountain. You know, like I said, the side hits, going through the trees and stuff. And hopefully that's going to be tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be like the first day. Everybody, it seems like all the guys are going to be there tomorrow. It's like a guys trip, I think. I don't know. I think it's mostly just the boys going tomorrow. And we should have a really fun day tomorrow. I'm super pumped about it. So, yeah, I'm trying to get out to go to like, I want to take like a Vermont trip for sure this winter. I got to get going because it's already February now. And I mean, the season on the East Coast is iffy. Like Vermont's longer than Jersey and like Pennsylvania mountains for sure. But the Jersey and Pennsylvania and the New York mountains end a little bit earlier. Like I feel like you might be able to get out to until like maybe March or April. Then it starts getting a little bit warmer and just conditions start getting shitty because it's all fake snow. And for what it is, it's good for what it is. But yeah, I'm trying to get out more and more. It's just now I have a little bit more free time to go places. It just sucks. Like now, like I said, with leaving my job, I'm trying to be a lot more smart with money and things like that as well, because now just living on what I've earned so far until, you know, I have other ways of making money too. I'm not saying I have no income at all coming in, but you know, working a real job and not having an income anymore is a big game changer. And it's, you got to smarten up a little bit and be a little bit more smart with your money. So, I mean, if it was up to me, I'd go to the mountain every single day now that I'm not working, but that's not the case. I have other priorities to handle, which I just laid those all out. But we're definitely gonna be trying to get out a little bit more this year. I really want to go out to Vermont, like I said, for the 10th time. Hunter, we got to get to, and probably gonna do that this month now. Now that I have some more free time, I can go weekdays and stuff. Heck, I'll go by myself, pop in some headphones, go rip the day. But I know I got the boys that always want to go too, so that's gonna be fun. Can't wait for tomorrow. But another thing, I don't know about you guys, but like I follow UFC a lot, boxing a lot. I know a lot of people on my Instagram and stuff too. Um, Follow it just as much as I do. And boxing, man, it's coming back around because of so much of this internet hype. Like literally, like it's this celebrity internet hype is like really keeping boxing alive, in my opinion. Um, I am not an expert in talking about MMA, boxing, or anything like that. I don't train none of that stuff. I have utmost respect for everybody that does. This is just my opinion of watching the sport for years since I was probably 12 years old. I've pretty much followed UFC drastically. Boxing, not so much. Boxing is starting to. I don't really. I like boxing, but boxing was not. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. Boxing has been dead for years. In my opinion. Like, when's the last time many people have been tuning into boxing? This year it's been crazy because you had the Tyson fight. Um, the Jake Paul stuff's just been like popping off. Like, honestly, as much as people hate to say it, like I personally don't have a problem with the kid at all. Like, I see why people do. I don't know. I don't really like judge people that hard, like on like stupid internet shit. I don't follow it to that degree. Like at the end of the day, like I'll watch him train and like he looks like he knows what he's doing. Like he's fighting Ben Askren and like watching. I was watching some side by side videos today. Let me like pull this up actually. As a matter of fact, like I cannot believe like this fight is even happening. Like it's honestly unreal. Like Jake Paul. Let's see. Um, Pop this open full screen here for you guys to see. Jake Paul. What am I typing in? First Ben Askren. Let's see side by side. I want to see the side by side striking. I watched this really good video today, and like it's like mind blowing. It's literally mind blowing to see that this freaking fight is happening because let's see here. Hang on. The audio on this for you guys. The just like look at the difference between these two guys. Like it's I'm not saying Jake Paul is like the best boxer to ever like do anything because it's not by any means, but like he knows what he's doing. He definitely knows how to box. Like he definitely has skill with striking. This guy Ben Askren, man, like he has been like look at the difference between this, like the speed, the movement. Like this should be such an easy fight for Jake Paul. I can't believe it's even happening. It's crazy. Like it's literally crazy to me. Like just it should be so fucking easy. Like I can't believe this is even a thing. But like at the end of the day, Jake Paul was calling everybody else. Dylan Dennis is injured with supposedly a leg injury or whatever. McGregor's not going to take a fight like that. Um, like it's just like crazy to just to me this is crazy to watch. Like Ben Askren is an amazing wrestler. Like I'm pretty sure like he was like a really big huge like I think college wrestler. I don't know. Like his wrestling is insane, supposedly. But as far as boxing and striking goes, as you can see, I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble when this fight takes off. I think this fight is April 17th. I think. Let's see when this date is. I think it's the 17th. April 17th, yeah. This is going to be nutty. Like, I think this fight is going to be over so freaking fast. And, like, it's just funny to see, like, Ben Askren talk, like, because at the end of the day, Jake Paul's a YouTube celebrity. Everyone calls him, like, a Disney Channel kid. But, like, dude, you watch him. I feel like if you watch him spar and stuff and train, he knows what he's doing. He definitely can throw hands. He's definitely looks like he knows what he's got. He definitely knows what he's doing out there for sure. I mean, has he fought anybody that like he shouldn't have beaten yet? No. He fought what? A YouTuber that probably never boxed in his life, and then he fought Nate Robinson, a retired basketball player that's been retired from pretty much all sports. I think he retired in 2018, Nate Robinson. So, no, he hasn't fought anybody. I think that's going to give him reputability. And even if he beats Ben Askren, in my opinion, I don't think people are going to respect it either because, I mean, from what I just showed you, like, Ben Askren's a retired, Bellator UFC fighter. He's fought in other MMA organizations before, has had some success, but, like, as you could see, as far as boxing goes, it has not been. I don't think that's Ben Askren's, expertise. I would say maybe wrestling and stuff. I don't know. I haven't really watched him like that, but supposedly that's what he's good at. And like even I was listening to Joe Rogan talk about it the other day on his podcast, and even Joe Rogan thinks that Ben is going to get absolutely dominated because he's just not a boxer. As you could see from the hands he's throwing in that video, he looks so slow throwing those hands. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to watch, and it's just like a shame. Like I just feel like Jake Paul's looking for this break to like fight somebody big, and he's going a little bit too big. Like the kid's got money, the kid's claiming to have all this money and stuff to pay McGregor instead of fight. But like, what is the point for McGregor to take that fight? Like, there's just for him, there's no point. Like McGregor's not looking for clout. McGregor's a freaking at the end of the day, McGregor, in my opinion, is a full-on businessman now. Like he doesn't need to fight a day in his life again. Does he fight? He fights because he loves to fight because that's what he did his whole life. But at the end of the day, like he has all the money in the world. He has everything anyone can ever give him. No one can ever give him anything. Like he's got everything he needs. So like, what's the point for him to fight a 24, whatever, 25-year-old kid? Would it be awesome to see? Do I want to see it? Absolutely. I think it would honestly be a very good fight for sure. I'm gonna be stupid to say this, but I think it would be a decent fight. Like I don't think. I mean, McGregor did go all the rounds with the best boxer of our time, of my time for sure, Floyd Mayweather. So McGregor should destroy Jake Paul. But I mean, at the end of the day, that would be a good fight because they can both box. Like McGregor obviously boxed. I think McGregor's a great boxer. Jake Paul, can't call him a great boxer yet, but from everything I watch and see, he looks like a good boxer. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Like he's not like a blind person in the sport, and I think he'll put up a good fight to McGregor. Do I think that fight's ever going to happen? Absolutely not. I don't think so. I hope it does. I want to watch that so bad, but I don't think it's going to happen, in my opinion. I really don't. I do not think it's going to happen. Now that McGregor just came off of that knockout, he got knocked out. I don't know. I don't know what McGregor's going to do. Like he's looking for a title fight, and like I don't know. In my opinion, does he deserve a title fight? I don't think so. Mr. McGregor, an absolute legend and one of my favorite fighters ever. Absolutely. Every time McGregor fights somebody, I want him to win. But like at the end of the day, I feel like there might be better candidates to fight for the belt right now, other than McGregor. I mean, McGregor lost to Khabib now. He lost to. When did he fight? He fought Cerrone at some point. I'm pretty sure he fought Cerrone. Let me see. I think he fought Cerrone. Was it the fight before this, or it was Cerrone, Khabib, and then I think this fight. I don't think he lost back to back 3, did he? Hang on. So in 2020, okay, he beat Cerrone in 2020. The fight before that was the Khabib fight in 2018. Damn, that was that long ago. So I mean, so he's got a loss. He won that fight, lost that fight. I mean, it is fair enough. He does have a good record, but he's lost some fights recently. There's definitely maybe some better people in that class who deserve the belt more than right now, like than a title shot, especially after coming off a knockout fight. Do I want to see the rematch with Dustin Poirier? Absolutely. They got to go 3. You got to go 3. They both beat each other once now, so absolutely there needs to be a third one. They already said that's in the works, so we'll see what's next. I mean, we'll see what's next. Essentially, I'm excited to see what plays out with that. I love McGregor. I think he's a great fighter. He's fun to watch, and we'll see what happens with that essentially. But yeah, that's kind of all the talk I got about like the boxing and MMA stuff right now. There is a lot more stuff, but like I'm trying to like consolidate these into like I did say I want to talk about life update, just hammer that, some snowboarding stuff, the UFC, the boxing stuff. Like I don't want to make these too long, especially when they're by myself, because I don't know how interesting they are to watch. If you guys could leave comments, if anyone's watching this far into the video, like let me know what you guys think about these things, because I like to do them and I have a lot of great ideas with them, and I'm trying to link up stuff with more people. I'm supposed to do another podcast with my buddy Jesse literally yesterday, and yes, shit came up because I never hit him up to do it. He never hit me to do it, and just schedules are a little bit crazy. But like now I have this free time now where if somebody wants to come do a podcast or come over and do a podcast, a Discord podcast, whatever, like now I can do that because I have the time to do it. But yeah, the next thing is, man, gaming stuff, because everyone knows I'm big into gaming. I think that's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious from what I post on my Instagram and socials and stuff as well. And that would be playing a lot of Warzone. And I've taken a break. I was playing Warzone like crazy for the last probably like 2 months straight. Needed a break. I took a break like this week. I started playing PUBG again. But like a big thing with the with COD right now. Warzone, it's like it's in such a bad state. Like there's no anti cheat in that game. And think about this. Let me look this up real quick. I forget how much money they made this year. Let's see. I forget how much money they made this year. Let's see. In 2019, Activision made $6.4 billion. This year, for Modern Warfare and Warzone, they made 956 million in revenue, and they don't have an anti-cheat implemented into the game. How is that a thing? Literally, the game is so soaked with cheaters right now. Like everyone's coming out left and right. Like huge name streamers are done playing. They're done competing, that's for sure, because everybody's cheating. Like you have even like people that stream are cheating, like blatantly cheating. And it's like there's no anti-cheat software. Like all these other games, smaller games. Heck, Valorant is like a small game, not like a small game, but like it's way smaller than Call of Duty is. They have an anti-cheat. You know, Fortnite has an anti-cheat. Like all these big games. Warzone is the biggest game right now, and they don't have an anti-cheat implemented into their game somehow. How is that? They have the money to do it. Obviously, they made $956 million from Modern Warfare in 2020. That's sickening money. Put an anti-cheat in the goddamn game. Like they keep trying, like, and you report these players and you still run into them. Like I make it a point now, if I definitely blatantly like get killed by a cheater, which it's obvious almost every time, you literally go on there. I guarantee you're getting killed at least if you're sitting down for say like a 4-hour session, 3-hour session, you're getting killed minimum 4 to 5 times by cheaters. 110%. There's no denying it. And I think anyone who's watching this video can agree for sure. And you report them and block them because I don't want to come across them again. It just doesn't make it fun, man. Like, I mean, it is just a game. It's a game just for me. But like, it is fun. It's competitive. Like, and at the end of the day, that's any game. Whether you're playing it casually or if you're playing it like to sweat. Like at the end of the day, like you're gonna get pissed if you get killed by a cheater. Obviously, especially in a competitive battle royale shooter like that, it's gonna annoy the shit out of you. And in turn, like people just aren't gonna want to play it anymore. Me being one of them. Just like I just had to take a break because of like I just feel like you die from so much BS and nothing has been done. Everyone's complaining. Everyone's talking about it. Is there gonna be one that gets implemented? Probably not, in my opinion. Doesn't seem like there's a change in sight. I mean, it's already Cold War came out. It's ready February, and we're not midway through February, early February, but like, and still nothing's been done for all that time. It hasn't been implemented in Modern Warfare last year, so what makes you think it's going to change now? All we can do is really hope, I guess. But in the meantime, I've been playing PUBG and Valorant a lot again. People might laugh at PUBG. At the end of the day, I love PUBG. PUBG is my favorite BR probably ever. As corny as the game is, how many problems the game is, and how much shit has been talked about the game, it's my favorite BR ever. And I have fun streaming it. And at the end of the day, when you're streaming and stuff, like just play games that you have fun with. Like Warzone, I've been getting so pissed off at. Like, and I for sure for people watching, it ain't fun to watch me pissed off all the time. Like PUBG is a game it's fun for me. I've always been good at it. I've played it for years. The game's been out for like 6 years now, 5 years now, something like that. So it's still fun for me to play. But yeah, but that's kind of it. Let me know what your guys' opinions are of this whole Warzone state right now, because it's not a good state. Like people are just so fed up. Like you literally have streamers flipping out, screaming, like saying, fuck Activision, this and that. I forget his name. I watched the video the other day. This guy raged, man. Like he went off on Activision. Like, and he's a big streamer too for Call of Duty. And he's just done. You know, at the end of the day, like I think his argument was like, you're messing with my career or whatever because he can't play the game. And like, he does that, as corny as it is. Like people might want to laugh your career as a streamer, but like, you know, people do it full time. It's their career. It's like going to an office place for some people. You know what I mean? So you can laugh all you want that he's ruining his career, but at the end of the day, it really is for his situation. And you know, a lot of people are just done with the game. It's just not fun. Like so many big people are taking breaks. So many big people are taking breaks. I'm not a big person, but I'm taking a little bit of a break just because it's aggravating to play. But I'm sure I'll play again in the next few weeks because I'm sure the boys will hit me up to play and I'll jump on. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much going to wrap up this podcast. I got my boy Jesse, who I've been trying to do a podcast with for a minute now, and we just got to do it, man. We were supposed to do it yesterday. I ended up going somewhere and was not home. He didn't hit me up yesterday, so I'm sure he was busy with life. But like, we gotta set this up. I'm gonna have to hit him up. So he's the next person I'm gonna have on the podcast. Cool friend of mine. We reconnected over the last I don't know, maybe like year. If you're watching this, Jesse, you could probably agree on that. Maybe like probably like a year over the summertime. Me and you went out for some drinks and stuff out in Hoboken, and we kind of caught up for the first time in a long time since high school. We used to be pretty close friends in high school, but life happened and we kind of go our separate ways. But now we play games and stuff together, and we're kind of talk a lot online and shit. But we'll have him on here. But I hope everyone enjoyed this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a life update. I'm excited to see where this whole thing with leaving my job takes me. Super scary thing. It's exciting and scary. It's scary because of the fact of everything falls on you now to sustain yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can't rely on a paycheck anymore, essentially. But like I said, I have other ways to sustain myself, and I will sustain myself for the time being. And I'm just excited to just be able to go full time with stuff I'm 110% passionate about. The Amazon stuff, the coding stuff, streaming, YouTube, podcast stuff. Like this is stuff that I'm just going to hammer down. And now that I have the opportunity, there's zero excuses. I have all the time in the world right now, and it's just got to be done. I got to do what I want to do. And mark my words, there's going to be a ton of stuff coming out because, like I said, there's no excuses now. I can't be unhappy with work anymore. I can't complain about not having enough time anymore. There's no excuses. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot more of these. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you could, wherever you watch this, YouTube, my IGTV, anywhere, please leave feedback, comments, message me stuff that you'd like to see, message me stuff you'd want to talk about, message me to be on the podcast. Like I'm always looking for new people to get on here. And I've only done one with an actual real guest, and it was so much easier, and I think it was so much more fun. I still have fun doing these solo ones, and they're going to be solo ones because I'm going to be doing these podcasts with or without people. And trust me, they will get more and more organized each and every time. I know this may not seem crazy organized, but from the first one that I did and the second one, this is way more organized because I had a couple key things that I want to hit, and we definitely hit those. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next episode of the Vibecast. Hope to see you guys there again. Peace.